Hello everybody, we're starting off in the void today, which is fairly atypical for my videos, but I just really wanted to show off this game's splash screen because I think it is amazing and really sets the mood for the game. Love it. So this is World of Horror. It is a pixel graphic, sort of trying to emulate that 64K era text-based adventure type thing. It is an RPG, so you do have stats and whatnot, and it does very much remind me of Call of Cthulhu, tabletop RPG, if anybody's ever played that, where you're tasked with solving these paranormal mysteries around this town, and as you investigate them, the more you investigate, the more damage to your health and sanity you will be taking over time. And the point of the game is to solve a set number of mysteries and then ascend a lighthouse, and that is about as far as I've gotten. Oh, that's just patch notes. That's about as far as I've gotten. I have not been able to complete a full run of this game, but we're going to see if we can change that here. I will be explaining things as they come up, but then a little bit more in depth as they become relevant. So to start off, choose a color scheme. I'm leaning on the dark blue and white just because the dark blue is really nice. So at the start of the game, you can pick your game modes, your difficulty for things like combat, encounters, and which timeline you want. I'm sticking with timeline A. I have not played timeline B yet. I do want to complete a full playthrough of the game before I jump into the other alternative game modes and whatnot. We are, however, since I have played a little bit of this game on stream as well as off stream, getting ready to record this, I have played a little bit to kind of familiarize myself more with it. I'm going to be using a customize the playthrough option. Here you can check or select different expansions, I guess they are, that you can unlock through playing. I have not unlocked any of them. Like I said, I have yet to complete a full playthrough. I keep losing. It is a very difficult game, and I love it. This is just your seed select. This determines the RNG on encounters and whatnot. I've done a couple where I've typed in something funny here. You can change things here and select things. I have done a couple where I kind of wrote a funny word or whatever, or kind of selected, letters myself. It has not gone well, so I've just been kind of relying on it, randomizing, and just hoping to get lucky. Sorry about Tyson dying in the background. You good, bud? Yeah, he's alright. City of Shiikawa, Japan, 1980. Something strange is happening in our town. Robed figures can be seen gathering in the woods at night. People are going missing. Disgusting creatures are terrorizing the seaside. The rapid technological process of the modern era brings comfort, but also unknown threats. Old gods, malicious eldritch beings who ruled the earth eons ago, are awakening as reality starts to crumble. That was probably a good time to mention that I am going to leave the music running throughout this playthrough. I am, however, going to have to cut some stuff out. This is very heavily text-based, so I am going to be reading a lot, so I have a large thing of water next to me, and I'm going to occasionally be stopping to chug as much of it as I can, because talking a lot kind of dries out my throat very quickly. So if you notice weird skips in the audio, that's what's happening. Armed with clues, spells, and your dwindling sanity, you'll investigate mysteries across the city and in realms beyond. An old train slows down and stops at its last station. The end of the world is at hand, and you've finally arrived in the doomed town. Alright, so this is where we can select our character. I tend to go with either Koji, or Aiko, just because their stats. Okay, so the stats you get in the game will help you with certain events, obviously. You'll just get random stat checks as you investigate things. And the other thing it helps with is weapons. And weapons are heavily reliant on perception, dexterity, and strength mostly. There are a couple exceptions to this rule, but I found that most of the weapons in the game, which are super important to survival, are perception or dexterity based. So I tend to go with Koji just because he starts with the camera, as well as you level up you can get different perks, and one of his perks is extra inventory, and extra inventory is always helpful. I'm assuming you can unlock more characters as you progress in the game. I've yet to do so. So we're gonna go with Koji today because the most common weapons I've found tend to be perception based, with like dexterity being a second most. Also, the camera he starts with in really tough battles, if I'm taking a lot of damage, you can use the camera to lower the enemy's ability to hit you, or chances to hit you rather. So we're gonna go with Koji, and I'll explain more of the stats and whatnot and how they fluctuate throughout the playthrough later. Besides that, we get to select an old god. Now, additional modes will unlock as you progress. You can see them here. I don't know what they are. So we're just going to select an old god. Again, there's probably more. Somewhere a group of people gathers, trying to awaken their master. There are a selection you can make. For now, there's only 4. I usually go with Katak Atarasu. I'm going to try out Ath-Yolazsth, the Devouring Fire, this time. Each of the old gods, they have rules that apply through your playthrough. Like for the Spider God, Eternal Web, you can't run from combat. Ath-Yolazsth, both your damage and your enemy's damage is increased, and by increased, it's double. Additionally, as you solve cases, they will have certain random effects that they can put on the world. Like, they'll cut off the town from the outside world via, like, radios and stuff. So then you can't watch the news or anything. Actually, I'm going to go with the Towering Eye because the Cosmic Gift, casting spells costing reason, increases Doom instead. I don't really use spells that often. And not every spell... Well, no. Every spell I've encountered so far costs reason, I believe. But no, there's been a couple that cost Doom instead. In any case, I don't use spells often, so it's not really going to have that much of an effect. And I have played through a playthrough for the Devouring Fire, and as well as the Spider God, so I've kind of seen some of their effects, and I'm interested to see more. Now, I really wish there was a way to randomize the selection here, but it doesn't appear to be, so you have to choose. The Mad God favors astronomers and magicians, granting them its gift of power that unknowingly brings Ath-Yolazsth's bloated body closer and closer to Earth. The media has been reporting about various people with seemingly supernatural skills. Could it have any connection with the news about stars disappearing from the night sky? Alright. So, at the start of the game, first thing, we are going to equip our camera, just in case. Oh, you've learned a new spell, Mind Drain. Deals 5 damage, regain 2 reason, cost 1 max reason. Interesting. I don't know where that comes from. That's probably an effect of the old god that we chose. Anyway, you have 2 options here. You can go to the lighthouse or you can go home. The lighthouse is locked up. We need keys. We get keys from solving cases, so our only real option right now is going home. You check your mailbox, it's empty. After you solve, shut up. After you solve cases, you'll start to get keys in the mail. Now, sometimes there is a bottle in this drawer, but apparently not this time. Oh, you can, I just now found out that you can take a bath at the start of the game, which gives us some free experience at the start, which is really helpful. It also costs nothing, so I'm going to start doing that from now on my playthroughs, obviously. So besides that, our only option is to start a new mystery or watch TV. Huh. I wonder if watching TV... I've never really watched TV before, so I'm wondering if, what that does. Apparently you can type on the phone. I did not know that. See, I've only played this a couple times. I'm still learning stuff, so we're going to be finding out a lot together. Inexplicable and morbid events have been plaguing your town for some time now. You've marked down 5 of them, hoping that there is something connecting them. You can tackle these 5 mysteries in any order you want. Beware, your decisions will haunt you and influence yet unsolved mysteries. Alright, eerie episode of Evolving Eels. As you can see, endings discovered, 0 of 3. We have not seen this case yet. Far Out Fable of a Fear Festival. Rotten Report of a Rancid Ramen. We have done this one. Bloody Brief of a Beckoning Bulletin. I've done this one, which I've gotten 2 of the endings for, apparently. And Vicious Verses of a Violent Vigil. Haven't done it yet. So we'll start with Evolving Eels. And it is important to keep in mind the order in which you solve these mysteries, because during the Lighthouse, I was asked which order I solved certain mysteries in. So, starting with Eels. While returning to your home, someone suddenly bumps into you. Did you know? You turn around, it's your friend living in the same apartment complex, Kana. That weird dude is back. You know, the one who studies fish. You shrug, opening the door. Kana follows and immediately enters the kitchen. A while later, she returns with 2 cans of soda. Aren't you curious? What weird fish did he bring this time? She grins. Investigate this mystery. Kana, I saw the creepy neighbor carrying some jars inside his apartment. I wonder what weird fish did he find this time. Will you check it out? He will surely recognize me if I try to do it. So, ichthyology, you get little subquests. For this one, it's investigate the seaside location twice. This can either bring about negative status effects if you complete it, or it can give you hints how to survive to lead to alternate endings, or it can give you just a random item. But just to be thorough, we're going to investigate the seaside twice. But before that, I'm going to go downtown and immediately shop for a weapon. Now, I would like a compass eventually, but we only have 2 funds, and usually things cost 2 funds, as you can see, 1 to 2 funds. If you run out of funds, it's going to cost you stamina or reason, so I'm just going to restock and hope that we get... steak knife. That is a dex-based weapon, which is really unfortunate for us. I'm going to risk it and reroll 1 more time. 2 more times. Because we do need... We're just not getting a weapon. Alright, steak knife it is. It's unfortunate that we got a dex-based weapon when we sacrificed dex at the start, but these things happen. Weapons are still important, even if they aren't necessarily for a stat that you're strong in. Next up, we're going to investigate the seaside twice to complete the subquest to see what that gives us. Our Doom is already at 19% because of how much I was refreshing the shop. Not advisable. You want your Doom as low as possible, obviously. The waves lazily wash upon the shores. You take a deep breath. The fresh air clears your head. Plus 1 reason. That would be helpful if we were missing any reasons so far, but we aren't. So we're just going to resolve and investigate again. So this is a charisma check. We don't have the fast hands perk because we haven't leveled up yet, so we don't have any perks. So I don't know what this is. But we're going to try to talk them out of it, and if we can't, it's probably going to damage our reason. Oh, it worked. And it gave us the Ritual Dagger, which small chance of recovering reason after defeating an enemy, and it's knowledge base, which our knowledge is actually higher than our deck, so we're going to swap from the steak knife to that and sell the steak knife. You may be going crazy, but you swear something is watching you from the sea. So that just damaged our sanity. We will be getting bonus XP after we solve the mystery for this, but it's just kind of shitty that it's just here, take some free damage. If either of these reach 0, we're dead. Stamina can go below 0 during a fight. It can go down to -5, but if we don't have a way of replenishing it before the end of the fight, we're going to be dead. So, gotta keep an eye on that. And with that, we'll go investigate the apartments. That pair has been following you since morning. You finally managed to lose them, but you can't shake the feeling that it will only get worse. -2 stamina. Well, that sucks. Dude's working at school, right? We could break into his office. What do you mean we shun it? It must be empty because he just came back and his classes begin next week. Alright. So we investigated the apartment. He's not there. He's working at the school. So we will investigate the school next. Alright, so basically all of these are bad. I know for a fact all of these are bad, so we're just going to pick up the book here, but hearing an eerie sound coming from behind the door, you decide to check it out. At first glance, the abandoned classroom seems empty. Once your eyes get used to the darkness, you discover an unusual sigil drawn on the floor. Judging by the smoke, someone put out the candles the moment you entered. Pick up the book. You recognize the sticker on the book. It came from the local library. Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, it just gives us 10 experience. Never mind, it's not all bad. The neighbor's office at school is empty. You do find a few jars, all filled with weird eel-like fish. Despite your protest, Kana decides to take one jar home. How could she sip her soda so calmly, staring at this creepy creature? Ever seen an eel like this? It's so freaky. Don't you have a feeling it's watching us? Yeah, a little bit, kinda. Probably shouldn't take cursed eels. But, So we'll go investigate the apartments again. When you stop by home to pick up your lunchbox, you find a pile of letters. Read the letters. Luck check success. Sweet, seems like you've won a small amount of money in the lottery. Excellent. So luck's a stat that's not listed here, so I don't know what my luck's at, but it does. Oh hey, and we get -1 damage from attacks. Cool. Anyway, luck's not listed here, so I don't know what my luck's at, but it does determine event checks like this. Also, for the record, just as a general rule for this game, there's sometimes going to be an option to avoid an encounter entirely. However, that usually either increases doom a lot or costs reason. So it's sometimes better to just risk it. Is this seal even alive? I've seen him burning some notes behind our apartment building. Let's go check it out. Our master is coming, and we all can bask in its glory. Ah, magician glitched. So this is the combat system. This is why weapons are so important early, is you will just kind of be thrown into combat inevitably. So it's important to get a weapon early and hope that it's, you know, good for you. Right now I have a 55% base chance to hit with my weapon. So I can prepare an attack, which will cost us time. Each action that you take in combat will cost time, and you only have 200 time to spend on your attack. So because 55 is such a low chance to hit, it is probably better just to prepare attacks. Alright, so we can't get 2 strong attacks in, so we'll just do 2 weak attacks. Which is going to do 4 damage each, so that's 8 damage per turn, and we're looking at 4 turns to beat him in that case. You can also see what damage your enemy's going to do to you. Like, he is doing doom damage to us, which means he's going to increase doom as the fight progresses. So it's not that imperative that we beat him quickly anyway, because it's not like we're going to die middle of the fight here. Like, doom can go to 100 and we'll be fine. We can only take 16 raisin damage, you know? So we got that solved. Kano was right. Someone tried to burn some papers. They must have been in a hurry because some of the papers look salvageable. You both return to your apartment and try to decipher the notes. So we got burnt notes. Inspect. Legend from the prefecture. Eels tell of small village of robbers who would all visitors and dump their into the lake full of eels. Eels of the Yorkshire would lay their eggs inside human blah 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 blah. You begin to wonder if spying on your neighbor was a good idea to begin with. That's so weird. Your neighbor really was into eels, it seems. So let's investigate. Dark forces scheme against you. You don't know who you can trust anymore. Plus a curse. Alright, what's our... Blood Frenzy. Plus 1 damage, receive additional combat damage. We can discard it if we lose 3 stamina. We'll save that for now, for when we can heal immediately, but... I mean, honestly, it's not that bad. You shrug non-committedly. You just wish you could throw this damn jar into the trash. There must be something more we can learn. I'll try to break into his apartment tomorrow morning. I wonder what he's hiding in there. We will go to the seaside, which is where the note was pointing us. Ah, that's good. It heals us, gives us plus 4% doom, which we should start worrying about doom because that's almost at 30. The military exercises make you feel safer though. Plus 2 reason, we heal some. Thinking about how stupid it is of Kana to try to break into your neighbor's apartment, you go to sleep. You spend an entire day waiting for Kana. Where the hell is she? Investigate the school. I don't know why we're investigating the school and not Kana's apartment, but... You stumble upon the computer room. This is a good opportunity to check the school's database to look for anything that might help your investigation. We'll check it out. Knowledge check success. Nice. You find a curious text file containing occult instructions. You delete it, preventing anyone from trying it. -2 doom. Oh, that's good. Kana has been missing since yesterday. You decide to check out the neighbor's apartment yourself. Alright. You cautiously enter your neighbor's kitchen. You're shocked to see countless jars filled with eels flailing around restlessly. Where the hell is Kana? Ooh. Bathroom. The swollen body of your neighbor is rotting away inside putrid, murky water. Both his eyes are missing, with countless tiny blood trails leading from them in all directions. -1 reason, -1 stamina. Let's go to the bedroom. I found the neighbor, but when his eyes burst, I slipped onto blood and lost consciousness. I'm afraid there's something in my eye now, too. This is probably one of the endings. We can either sacrifice some reason to puncture her eye, which will probably save her, or we can go to the hospital and just have her eye burst at the hospital. I'm going to save, or I'm going to spend rather the reason and just cut it out ourselves and hope for the best. Ooh. Ah, lots of little you guys. Look at that. Shocked, you see countless tiny eels crawling out of your friend's eye in all directions. Will Kana even survive the blood loss? Ugh. You rush to the hospital with Kana getting a lot of attention from horrified people. Your friend is taken immediately to the operating theater, and you collapse on a chair in the waiting room. Fall asleep. Wake up, dude. You've been sleeping for over 3 hours. You groggily open your eyes and to see your friend Kana is wearing an eye patch. Not so pretty anymore, eh? I couldn't exactly tell the doctors the truth about what happened, and I'm pretty sure I won't be winking with my left eye anytime soon. But thank you for saving my life. Yeah, we saved her. Let's go. New ally has joined you. Kana. Let's go. Ah, she gets a little eye patch. Kana smiles faintly. Ah. Let's go. You're still processing the events of the previous night. Corpse-eating eels that lay their eggs in eyes. Sitting with your friend Kana before your apartment building, you watch the police officers emptying out your neighbor's place. Ending A. Rewards for solving this mystery. +30 experience, +15 for completing the side mission. -3% doom, which is really good. +1 reason and stamina, and time passes 1 day. Now, the old god stirs. This is where we start to get the effects from the old gods. They will impart negative status effects over the town that will carry on through our playthrough. There is allegedly ways to solve them, I think, in the game. Because there was one where water becomes murky, which means I couldn't heal in between cases. However, it kept saying like, oh, you haven't solved the water issue yet, which tells me that there is a way to get rid of the negative effects. I just don't know what they are yet. School curfew. With more and more students going missing, the police have restricted access to the school buildings. Okay, so this one is just I can't use the library anymore, which the library you can get spells from. Alright, so with the eels case done, we can go back to home, collect our key for solving the mystery. Be sad because we don't have an empty bottle. The empty bottle, you can collect water or like various liquids and either use it as a healing item or as a weapon in combat. So I'm kind of sad that we don't get the free empty bottle. But let's go take our bath and use it for a small XP boost. Now you can heal extra stamina or reason from it, but our stamina and reason's pretty high right now, so XP is probably the best thing for us. Let's go watch TV. Local dentists have been found guilty of implanting dog teeth on their human patients. Motive is currently unknown. Hmm. You don't have any VHS cassettes to watch? Oh, there's a mystery in which you can get VHS tapes from some missing hikers, and apparently you can watch them there. That's really cool. Peek through the peephole to see a creepy guy. There was no point in that. That was just for funsies. Alright, so next up is the far out fable of a fear festival. Your aunt has sent you a letter inviting you for a curious sounding festival. It's held every 27 years in a small village. You don't like the sound of it, but your parents both agree you need a break from all the stress. Inside the letter, there's a bus ticket. What's the worst thing that could happen? You ask yourself as you board the bus. Death? Eels that lay eggs in your eye? Summoning an old god? Lots of things could happen. Just when you thought your stomach couldn't handle it anymore, the janky old bus stops at its destination. You get up and take a deep breath before looking around. It's a small village, and the nearby fields are surrounded by a thick forest. Someone is waiting for you? Today's goal, explore the weird village. A fat man wearing dusty overalls approaches you. It's the inn owner, who promised to pick you up. Following close behind him, your eyes are drawn to his hands, which are so deformed they resemble claws more than hands. Ah, good. Glad. So this one's interesting. It's not just exploring around Chikawa, it's this weird village screen. Your group has arrived in the village and is currently unpacking at the inn, giving you some time to explore. The festival begins in the evening. To progress this mystery, choose actions that will advance the clock. As you learn about the terrible secret of this village, more actions will unlock. Check out the inn as a free action, or explore the weird village, which is time advancing. We'll take the free action. Your inn's room is dusty, like it hasn't seen any visitors in years. You wonder if anyone cleaned it since the last festival 27 years ago. There's a folder of available activities lying on the table. Onsen sounds good. Heals 2 stamina. Didn't really need it, but enjoy the festival as a free action. There's still some time before the festival. The locals are seemingly busy setting up stands and decorating the place. A few stands are already open, but you can't shake off the feeling something is wrong. It's getting late. Let's buy souvenirs. Oh. +1 luck. Faster spiritual actions, which I don't really use. If we use this, it heals 1 stamina. And +2 luck. Which we have 5 funds, so we'll go ahead and equip the jewelry. Oh yeah. Let's investigate the weird village. A friend returning from a trip to Africa. Oh. Sorry, I said oh because I've gotten this event before. A friend returning from a trip to Africa has invited you to dinner. This time, they've outdone themselves. This is a real feast, full of exotic meats. It's getting late and you can't stay for long, but the host asks you if you want to take anything home with you. If I remember correctly, refuse politely is a really good option, or it's like free. Like, it just doesn't do anything. So, but, I mean, I haven't seen what these other two do yet, so we'll take the wine. Wine bottle. +3 reason, flip this card. Born and dry. Those for +1 funds. We'll keep it because reason healing items are very rare. But it also says flip this card, so I'm guessing when I drink it, it's gonna be like, it's blood, and then give me like a negative status effect. Today's goal, learn more about the festival itself. A weird sound wakes you up. You step closer to the window and look out. You can't see anything and get ready to go back to bed when suddenly the moon comes from behind the thick clouds. 3 hooded figures are standing at the forest's edge. One by one, they light their torches and disappear behind the tree. What was that about? Who are they? They all wore strange masks. Should you follow them into the forest or try to find more information about the festival? I mean, let's head to the forest. Probably a terrible decision, but... So if we run, it's going to cost us stamina, or not stamina, reason. So let's try to confront this person. Luck check success. It's just a creepy scarecrow. Relieved you to say. Okay, we got lucky. Hell yeah. Earrings coming in clutch. We do have enough experience to level up, so let's do that real quick. Deduction, bonus XP gain for completing a mystery. Improvise storing items during combat encounters is more effective, or outdoorsman. +1 luck. We'll go ahead and take deduction and add a point of knowledge because that is our main weapon currently. Let's explore the weird village. You stand in the middle of the field, frozen in terror. A rip in our reality shows the horrible future of our planet. Seeing the familiar figure looking back at you, you can't help but wonder if it's our world that's just an illusion. We're gonna question our sanity or enter the portal. Tough choice here. We'll go ahead and question our sanity because I feel like if we enter the portal, it's just going to be hot death. We gain a curse. Holes. Each day's more holes appear, and it's a mutation. Okay. Something is watching you from behind the tree. What the fuck does it do? Just more holes appear. Okay. Let's enjoy the festival. There. Would you like to test your luck at this fine game? Let's get 1 ticket. Not your lucky day, sorry. Luck check failure. The creepy vendor smiles. See you soon. -1 funds. Okay. Going back to the end, you overhear 2 masked villagers. They are talking about something awakening at the next dawn. You wonder what's up with that. It's not safe here. You decide to block the entrance to your room with a nightstand. The festival is ending tomorrow and you can't be too careful. This is pretty similar to... Fuck, I don't want to get the name wrong. I believe it's the horror at Innsmouth, where this guy goes to the village and he notices that the people around look really creepy, and then he overhears a conversation talking about possibly killing him or something. I don't know. It's been a while since I've read it, but yeah, it's an H.P. Lovecraft. Obviously, this game is very H.P. Lovecraft inspired, so it's just really cool to see this. Continue. Villagers seem to follow your every step here. Let's go explore the forest. Green. You discovered an old campsite located on the edge of a small clearing. The tent has been knocked down and the food and utensils have been scattered everywhere. Search the tent, investigate the ground for clues, or ignore the tent. Let's search it. Luck check success. Sleeping bag has been torn to shreds. You find a wallet nearby. There's no ID card inside, but you're sure the absence of cash is the least of the missing owner's problem. +2 funds. Excellent. Let's explore. Actually, let's just explore the weird village. An old man stops you and invites you into his house. You follow it reluctantly, only to be amazed by the number of dusty old sorcery books inside. I can teach you a thing or two about magic, he says. Don't worry about payment. I'm sure we'll work it out in the future. Let's learn a spell. Luck check failure. It was a complete waste of time. Damn it. The senile old man was a bore and had nothing interesting to tell you. Plus 2% doom. We are... Is that blood? Where is everybody? Find the missing people. A trail of blood and sickly smelling sludge leads to the outskirts of the village. Somewhere in the dark forest, there's an answer waiting for you. Alright. Explore forest. 4 actions till sunrise. In the forest, you hear faint whimpering. In the distance, you find it. You discover a wild dog caught by its hind leg in a bear trap. The dog growls menacingly. Help the dog. Luck check success. Yes! And we get an ally. Attack dog. Look at him. He's a good boy. Oh my god, that's amazing. These earrings are coming in so fucking clutch right now. Explore the forest. Look at him! Trees overhead block the sunlight and you begin to feel gloomy. Minus 2 reason. That's fine. We're gonna keep investigating. Walking through a tree nursery, you suddenly stop. Something feels off. Isn't it too early for the leaves to change their color? Before you can continue your investigation, someone grabs your leg. Ah, bark woman. -1 all damage, so yeah, she's gonna hit both our stamina and our reason, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? Our chance to hit with the knife is still not very good, so we will prepare some attacks here. And I still can't get a strong one in. Yeah, we'll just do this. And then maybe we can camera flash at the same time. I'm needed 80. We cannot camera flash. Alright, so all of those take too long. Alright, we'll just attack normally then. And it seems like, I mean, 6 damage is a lot of damage. So we'll just do this twice. This should kill. Yep, resolve combat. Enter overgrown factory. While exploring the factory, you're caught by masked people you've seen from the window. After tying you up, they bring you to the cult leader. We knew you'd come. You hear a raspy voice, your aunt's voice, coming from behind the priest's weird mask. She signals towards the door behind her. Our master is waiting for a final blood sacrifice. Struggle. Ugh. Nah, I'm good. Well, you couldn't catch the leader of the cult to interrogate them. The people are safe. You board the bus, wondering what would happen if you didn't stop the ritual in time. Okay, apparently we stopped it. I don't know how, but we stopped it. Knowledge is key. Plus 50 experience. Thorough investigation. Plus 15. There's still hope. Minus 3% doom. More holes are spreading on your body. Minus 2 stamina. Fuck. And here we get... How close are we to leveling up? Oh, we're only 10 experience away. Nice. Old God stirs. Let's see what our new thing is. Local scientists are baffled. An unprecedented oral-like event has bathed the entire town in an unnatural green glow. I don't know what that does. Reason cost of all your spells. Oh, okay. Ah, small key. Forgot about that. Alright, so let's... We don't have any stored items. What items do we have on us? Wine bottle. The search for a missing person continues in the forest surrounding Shiikawa. If you have any information, please contact blah 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 blah. Alright, so nothing new on TV. We're going to take our bath. Take a peek through the peephole. Just see the weird little guy. Yeah. Alright. I mean, is there any way to... Anything we can click around on the screen? Looking good. Okay. I mean, we checked that already. So, the mystery. We are on to Ron report of a rancid ramen. Ending B, lab results partial. Don't know how to get a better ending on this then. Out of thin air, a brand new ramen restaurant opens in town. It's adored by everyone. Once people take a bite, they can't stop. Man, I want ramen. Holy fuck, I just realized how hungry I am. You know what? I will be right back. Hello, welcome. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry, I'm still muted on Discord. There we go. Now I can bounce. Hello? Maybe? Oh, there we go. Okay, yep, I'm bouncing again. Sorry, a little bit of a ramen bake there. While I was gone, there was like something on the screen, but it went away when I tabbed back into the game, so we're just gonna chalk that one up to me imagining things and move on. Once people take a bite, they can't stop. Day and night, the queues stretch out the door. The shambling customers stuff themselves with dish after dish, while the blind owner sits silently behind the counter, grinning and polishing his gleaming knives. You are determined to discover what makes the ramen so enticing. What is its true power? Dog meat? Human meat? The flesh of the gods themselves? Drugs. It's drugs. Watching the local news, you spot a familiar street. It's a feature about the newest ramen shop. The food critic has a manic look as he describes the ramen. His description makes your stomach churn. Alright. Raining blood. A woman jumps out of the apartment covered in gore. Between sobs, she tries to explain what happened. She was taking a shower when suddenly the shower head started spraying blood. A trail of blood leads to the dark apartment. Let's try to calm her down. Charisma check failure. She gets hysterical. Her reaction shocks you. You move away as your neighbors enter the corridor. 2 reason. Damn. You can see the restaurant through the staircase window. You watch the door for hours, but never see any of the cooks enter nor leave. While looking around the ransacked room of your recently deceased friend, you discover a half-finished painting of a woman, her skin a ghastly pale yellow color. The scene is disturbing, you struggle to look at it. Charisma check failure. Intimidated by the unsettling portrait, you're haunted by the nightmares. -2 reason. Damn. The only true way to investigate is to get into the restaurant yourself. Alright. We're still investigating the apartments. As you prepare a bath, you think about all the possibilities so far. You're very tired, so maybe ice cold water is a good idea. Let's do a hot bath because that restores reason, right? Damn. You spent an extra hour on it. Damn. Oh, we leveled up. Available perks. Fast hand allows switching of equipment during combat. +1 dexterity for quick thinking. And art knowledge +1 perception. We'll take art knowledge and take another point in knowledge in order to increase our weapon sum. You stand in line for hours, your questions fall on deaf ears, and you're shunned. It seems that you were not the only one wanting to try it for yourself. Investigate downtown. Gruesome altar. Ah, sorry, yawning. It is very late. Seeing the two chopped off heads, you can't help but wonder who's been preparing for your food for the past weeks. Eh? Call the police. Charisma check fail. Damn it. There's something in your vision of the event, events that didn't add up. You've been detained, but due to the lack of evidence, the police let you go after 48 hours. The smell around the restaurant is overpowering. Grease, rot, and is that blood you can smell? You can hear a faint sobbing coming from an alley nearby. There you approach a man on his knees. When you take a step closer, he suddenly stops and perks up. You can hear the nauseating sound of tearing skin. Ugh. Glued corpse. Alright. So our chance to hit is actually pretty high, so we can stop using prepared attacks. We can do 4 weak attacks, which is 24 damage each. Or 2 strong attacks, which is only 16. We'll do 4 and then get some extra damage on them. Oh, easy. 1 ramen, please. The owner's grin widens. It's finally your turn to order. Alright. Oddly shaped package. When you enter a metro car, you notice an oddly shaped package on the seat opposite you. It's marked with your name. You reach for the package but hesitate. An icy feeling settled into the pit of your stomach. Examine. Dexterity check failure. Damn. It's not until you've unwrapped it that you understand what it is. Shocked, you let it fall to the floor from your bloodied hands. -2 reason. Damn. We're gonna go ahead and drink the wine now because I'm running low on reason. Oh, hey. We get an empty bottle. Nice. The Red Bull is pushed in your face. It's so crowded that you're forced to sit on the floor. Bad feeling. Despite your best efforts, you feel like the neighborhood is starting to change. Locations start leveling clear. That's fine. With a slick hand, you fill a vial with the soup and walk out, all without tasting the weird dish. Can I use this instead? Well, it's just going to be the standard ending, where we find out that it is drugs. With the pulling of some delicate strings, you get the ramen into the lab. While handing over the gathered material, you hesitate. What should you send to the laboratory? A mere day later, your friend rings your door. Her face is pale and in shaky hand she holds the analysis sheet. You usher her in and bolt the door. You feel ill looking at the charts. While they couldn't identify some of the particles, they did discover a highly addictive drug in the broth. The ramen restaurant must be closed immediately. Oh, I did not read the... Oh, we got a status. Hang over. What? And it's gone. Never mind. We still have holes, which means we're going to lose some stamina here. But a weird epidemic keeps staff at the hospital busy. Skipping the line will cost you more. Ah. You take the small key. Take a bath. Let's get some reason, shall we? What level am I? 3, and I'm at 69 out of 100. Nice. Check the TV. Once a year, a ramen shop appears where there was once an alleyway. The ramen shop sold inside is made from its former patrons, but cure any health problem. Okay. Let's start the next mystery. So that was ramen. We have bloody brief of a beckoning bulletin. As the decades roll on, technology has only developed further. These days, computer bulletin board software allows computers to communicate over phone lines. All it takes is a computer and a modem, and anybody can connect to a bulletin system or even host one of their own. Once you connect, you can read all of the messages on that bulletin, and even post your own to start a conversation. Many use them to share files or to chat about their favorite topics, everything from video games to sports to idol culture. But in the wake of a sudden string of weird suicides, things aren't all fun and games. That sentence was particularly horrible for me, because I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but I have a slight lisp, and it's particularly bad on S sounds, so complaints about the way I talk aside, let's investigate this mystery. Even if the rumored bulletin system's phone number is found, there is no hope to investigate without a computer that can connect to it. Maybe the school library has one that will work. And we have investigate the forest location twice. We are going to do that. I didn't do the last one because it was discarding 2 items, and I just didn't have items to discard, so. The suspicious group you've been following is gathered in a nearby forest. They're enacting some sort of ritual in a clearing up ahead. The only nearby vantage point is a large rock. Attempt to climb it. Hey, we passed the strength check. You managed to see some of their faces and hear the names of the group. +5 experience. Excellent. Clearing. People point and talk about a man on the other side of the street. He looks confused, muttering to himself while occasionally touching a festering wound on his cheek. You stop in your tracks and listen to the man's cursed incantation. -2 reason. Damn. We do get a forest note, which tells us about the voice of humanity, which is... We'll see what it is later. I don't want to spoil it, but I write this for everyone wanting to stay behind. The sacrifice is worth it. Life's meaning comes from our relationship. Shared death, and that connection will outlast us. There won't be anything left but us. Everyone here is waiting for you to, so if you lose your resolve, just listen to the voice of humanity. And investigating it, ... Alright. So let's go investigate the school. I accidentally clicked through that without reading it, but yeah, happy in corpse -1 reason. That's one of those events that it's just like, yeah, get fucked. While the school library's computer doesn't have a modem, you happen to bump into a member of the computer club while asking around. She apparently just got a new system and is willing to let you borrow hers. Thanking her, you arrange to meet at her home in the city. Your friend has asked you to meet them at a certain secluded location. Getting there, you find a telescope with a note signed by your friend. The note tells you to look through the telescope. Curious, you check it out. You don't see anything at first, then you notice it. The bloated body of Ath-Yolazsth is getting closer. +3% dude. Fuck you. You lug the cardboard box full of PC parts up to your apartment stairs. Teeth clenched as you heap it up one step at a time. God damn, our computer's heavy. Passing by a faulty elevator, its doors suddenly open. You take a step back, noticing a weird, tall man standing in the darkness. Tall woman standing in the darkness. Do you live here? I've never seen you before. Cyclops neighbor. Alright. Let's go ahead and... Dog's been growling at my window. I don't know what's out there, but she smells something. Let's see. 10% chance to hit. I mean, we're at 70% already, right? Yeah, preparing 2 of them is not gonna affect our amount of attacks, so we might as well get a higher chance, right? We defeat the Cyclops neighbor. Resolve combat. You feel enemy's strength being channeled into you. +1 reason. Oh yeah, I forgot. Original dagger. We have a chance of regaining reason if we kill something. You wipe the sweat from your brow as you finally finish setting up the computer in your bedroom. After a few tests, you're now certain that everything is functional. The newscaster on the TV says that the suicide rate is still climbing. Worse, the morbid trend is beginning to catch on in other nearby towns. You need to act quickly. Excuse me, do you have a moment to talk about our real Lord and Savior? The day of reckoning is coming, says the voice on the other side of the line. You definitely don't like the way the man is on the other side of the line puts an accent on real. Hello? Are you still there? Hang up. -1 reason. Fuck you. A little shaken up just how many people did that old odd man call today. Hoping to find a lead, you head to the hospital. With how many deaths there have been, the hospital is in chaos. The staff look exhausted. When the receptionist lets her head down onto the desk for a minute, you slip out of the waiting room and into the hospital corridors. Oh, we leveled up. As you glance around, you notice that more and more people are wearing strange masks, unlike anything you've ever seen before. As you turn to your friends for reassurance, you notice that some will wear these eerie masks. Their voices sound muffled and distorted, and you can't shake off the feeling that they're not quite themselves. The hairs on the back of your neck stand on end, and you realize something is terribly wrong. Are they hiding something? -2 reason. Fuck. You can't help but wonder what lies behind the masks that conceal the faces of the people around you. Are these even the people they claim to be? Or are they just masquerading as something they're not? As something they're not, hiding the true identities behind the masks that they wear. Resolve event. We're gonna go ahead and level up real quick. +1 charisma. +1 dex, or allow switching of equipment during combat. I'm gonna take fast hands because there's a couple of events that does take fast hands as a stat. And we're going to go ahead and heal some reason on this level up. You overhear 2 nurses talking about a girl whose suicide attempt failed. Apparently, she's recovering at her grandparents' home at the village in the city outskirts. You exit the hospital and make your way to the nearest bus stop. Let's go investigate downtown then. It's getting dark as you arrive at the cemetery, and shadows move in fantastic and uncountable ways between the tombstones. Finding the right grave may prove to be a challenge, especially when you feel someone's gaze on your back. Continue looking. Perception check success. You quickly find the tombstone marked with a red string. Under a stone, you find a note someone left for you. Resolve. Okay. Void. Ignore the current event and instantly investigate a random otherworld location. 1 time use only. Mind drain. We can use those to heal our reason as well. As you pull into the village bus stop, a news story comes on the bus driver's radio. An entire class of Shiikawa students leapt in front of a train hand in hand. You move urgently as you exit the bus and begin searching down the village streets. You had no idea that the funeral you've been invited to would end with the guests slashing their hands to feed the deceased with their blood. You stay at the back, shocked by how grotesque it is. Suddenly, the guests turn their heads in your direction. We can fight our way out. Strength check success. Nice. It was a strength check. I thought it was going to be an actual fight. The guests mean business. Breaking into a run, you smash into a mourner standing near the exit. Luckily, they don't chase you. +10 experience. Excellent. When you find the girl's house, her grandparents greet you solemnly. They thank you for your efforts to stop the deaths. Forgive her, her grandfather says as he leads you to her bedroom. She's a kind girl. Something has happened to her. You try to lose the masked man who has been following you the whole morning. You eventually find yourself in a dead end. Looking for a way out, you hear a branch snapping behind you. Cult delinquent. Alright. I mean... easy. Plus that experience. The recovering girl is more than happy to not only confirm the bulletin's experience, but to give you its number. You have to do what it tells you. Trust me, you won't regret a thing. She beams at you as her grandmother struggles to make her swallow the pain medication. I'll be back to join you all soon. Wait for me, okay? Disquieted, you give the grandparents your phone number and hastily leave. As you walk through the village, crops waver in the breeze, following your every movement. Mine is to reason. As soon as you arrive home, you dial the number and put the handset onto the modem. Your heart pounds as the computer fans exhale. The system hums, you hear a brief dial tone, and then it connects, finally. Welcome home. Did you like it so far? Hi, or yeah. Hi. I'm glad. Take your phone off the modem and put it to your ear. Remember the note. You recall the note you found. Could this be the voice of humanity you read about? Bracing yourself, you slowly put the phone to your ear. You don't hear words or a voice. You soon understand they don't need those. It's difficult, but you manage to keep track of which thoughts are yours and which are theirs. Everyone is here now. We've escaped everything that held us back in life. We don't have any more burdens. You can escape with us. This is the purest form of existence. A paradise of connection. Everyone deserves that. We will bring all humanity together. You need to think carefully about how to respond. You can't save everyone. You explain the imminent arrival of the old god. With its limitation, the bulletin could never hope to gather humanity in time. Not to mention how many people are unable to access a computer. As it is, convincing all of humanity to die is impossible. Oh, then we'll have to wait. It's disappointing, but that's alright. When computers advance and everyone can be connected, we'll come back for you. It's a promise, okay? The noise on the other end of the line suddenly cuts out completely. Still reeling from the mental assault, you find yourself staggering towards the futon. You collapse into it, and sleep soon takes you. You're awakened by the sound of the phone ringing. After what just happened, you hesitate to answer. You rarely grab the handset. When you put the phone to your ear, you hear the trembling voice of the girl you met in the village. I can't thank you enough. It was in my head, and I nearly... She bursts into tears, thanking you over and over. You smile relieved. You later learn that the suicides have come to a sudden and complete halt. It's a new ending. Let's go. But even still, its promise lingers in your mind. How long do you have until it comes back for you? You smother the thought for now. It's finished. Ending A. Let's go. Plus 50 experience, 15 experience, minus 3% doom, stamina and raise and heal, plus 1 day. More holes are spreading, so he takes some extra stamina damage. The old god stirs. The whole town stopped receiving any outside signal. It must be the radio mass failure. Alright. So that's what I was talking about with the... Take the key. Town getting cut off earlier. Now when we go to watch TV, we can't say anything. We also can't use the phone anymore. Still watch VHS cassettes if we had one, but we don't, so... We're gonna go ahead and... take a bath. And gain some XP. Oh, we're not changing our clothes. Third new mystery. Last one, vicious verses with a violent sigil. Violent vigil, not sigil. You've received an official looking letter that you've received an official looking letter. What does a law firm from Tokyo want from you? We regret to inform you of the passing of our client and your granduncle. His funeral will be preceded by an overnight vigil as per the client's request. There's an address and a list of people expected to arrive. Sorry, like I said, my throat dries out very quickly when I'm talking this much. You don't recognize any of the names. Intrigued, you decide to check it out yourself. What's the worst that could happen? Following the directions from the letter, you slowly fight your way through the overgrown forest path. The old mansion looks like it was torn down and rebuilt many times, but where is everybody? Tip, explore mansion action will unlock new locations and progress this mystery. Alright, explore the mansion. You enter the art workshop. The room is cluttered with half-finished sculptures and bizarre masks hanging on the wall. One sculpture strikes you as eerily realistic. Check out the sculpture. The head of one sculpture looks so lifelike you move closer and raise your hand nervously. You touch it. It falls off. Prepare for combat. A headless person stumbles out of the sculpting classroom and is reaching for your head. Okay, I see. -2 all damage. Jeez, how much do I have? Alright, this should be okay for now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 24 damage. That's only... Well, that's 16, 22 damage. Alright, launch sequence. Ow. Easy peasy. We're gonna go ahead and quickly forget Void and Mind Drain in order to regain some reason. And we're also going to level up. +1 luck, +1 dexterity, and throwing items during combat is more effective. We'll take luck and knowledge. It takes you some time, but finally you manage to find someone. Is that another guess? You should ask them what's going on here. 4 actions on the right allow you to investigate the location and interact with it. 9 p.m., 8 hours until dawn. A pair is standing next to a window. The man is muttering something to himself while his wife is observing you with her unnaturally bulgy eyes. Body is laid in the master bedroom. You should pay your respects. Okay. Let's go investigate the mansion. Hearing a shuffling sound coming from behind a wardrobe, you decide to push it out of the way. You discover a niche in the wall. Someone has put 3 dusty dolls in there. When you try to reach it and grab one, however, they jump off and scatter around the room, giggling. Ugh. Puppet matron. Alright. We have 100% chance of hitting. Still 24 versus 24, so it doesn't really matter. Resolve combat. Pressing a handkerchief to your nose, you'll enter the dark room. There's no way they allowed your granduncle to just lie here. What was the correct bow and clap order? Maybe other guests will know? People too. A muscular man is eyeing you. As you take a step towards him, you can't help but notice a deep scar going across his cheek. You didn't get this with a letter. Here, take mine. Pray over the body. Clap, 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 clap. Clap, bow, clap, bow. Okay. So it's 10 p.m. Clap, 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 clap. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what's this? Inspect his foot. You copy it onto your pamphlet. Okay. Let's explore the mansion. You feel watch. Retreat. -2 reason. Yeah, that's just free damage, I guess. Every family member is cautiously eyeing you. Eyeing the smelly dishes placed on a table in the corner of the room. The guest seems strangely uninterested in this vigil. You should explore more and learn what you can. Check out the supper. Drink check passed. The smell is nauseating, but you put some meat in your long pig steak. Oh, it's human, by the way. Smells incredible. Storage room. You shudder instantly, recognizing the room from a newspaper photo. 3 years ago, a man hanged himself here. Why is a vigil being held in a place like this? Check the wardrobe. Not enough room. I'd add it to your storage. Okay. Well, I don't know what I got. I cannot check my storage from corridor only. And I can't check my stored items here. Crap, that's probably something that's meant to be very, very useful. We don't need forest notes anymore. I'll put that in storage as well. Floor mansion, house. There's a local legend about a heartbroken seamstress. One stormy night, she broke into a local inn and stitched the unsuspecting guests together. Her final gruesome artwork. But that's just a legend, right? Check out the sewing machine. Perception check success. On the sewing machine, you spot a strange engraving. When you get closer to investigate, your mind is flooded with forbidden knowledge. You leave the room quickly. Plus spell. Okay. Third eye. We'll forget it to gain the reason point back, because we're getting low. It's midnight. What was on the vigil? Pray over the body. Clap, bow, clap, bow. Okay. The guest seems strangely uninterested in it. You should go and pray. Overgrown study. It seems that someone has already removed all the furniture from this room. The overgrown plant is casting an unsettling shadow. Okay. The body. It's missing. Where is everybody? Explorer. Overgrown garden. The round window of the crooked manor tower is calling you. You feel the strength drain away as you stare at the bright light. Fight this feeling. -1 reason. Yeah. You don't have the strength to move a finger. The blinding light is growing larger and larger. To your shock, you can't feel the ground under your feet. -1 reason. Until something lost in time and space. You drift in nothingness until something pulls you towards the light. Parasitic star is looming over the dying civilization. Is this the fate of our planet as well? Dig through the sand. Luck check success. Digging beneath the pillar, you unearth a chest. It's filled with coins. +3 funds. Nice. You manage to find one of the guests. They are shaken but otherwise safe. You both decide to get the hell out of this place. But the door is gone. This reminds me of one of my books. Okay. Well. Yep, still nothing there. Explore the mansion, I guess. Corpses are strung on a wire like macabre marionettes, with painted smiles and rosy cheeks. -2 reason. I am just taking all sorts of free reason damage here. Corridors twist and turn, trapping you in its action. You think you can hear the other guests somewhere, but should you risk getting lost yourself? I mean, I don't have a choice, do I? More fucking reason damage. You stumbled upon Sotomura, furiously scratching his scar. With each motion, he gets a little deeper. With each motion, more blood appears. With each motion, he takes a step towards you. Itching won't stop. Okay, well, what the fuck are you want me to know about that? That's got nothing to do with me. Ah, we're fast enough that we can start weaving in an extra strong attack. As the vigil is nearing its end, the whole mansion shakes more and more until the walls start to collapse, revealing the shocking truth about your whereabouts. Sacrifice. An unseen force leads your hand and you reach for your knife and stab a surprised guest. Conclude the ritual. The price is paid. The voice booms in your head as everything gets dark. When you wake up, you find yourself lying on the wet grass. The old mansion nowhere to be seen. Standing next to you is a naked, bloated old man. You recognize the tattoo on the man's toe. It's your deceased granduncle. With a coarse voice, he explains the ritual. You try to keep up with him, but you're weak, and your head spins. The death toll must remain the same. 2 die and 2 survive. You feel like vomiting as the old man who has cheated death disappears behind trees. Everything gets dark. Hey! I mean, we survived. Barely, but we survived. Regeneration? Alright. Uh, 65 experience. Oh. No, we can't level up. Darn. Minus 3% doom. Stamina and reason recharge. And we lose. Old God stirs. The air feels heavy, making it hard to breathe. Fetid fumes. Your rest action is less effective. Well, level up. +1 knowledge, additional inventory space. We'll take 2 knowledge just to level up. We take the final key. We rest. And we're gonna regain some extra reason. Azrael is forgetting that spell in order to gain more reason. Hopefully that brings us back to a reasonable amount. Access storage. Meat cleaver. What is the meat cleaver? Strength weapon. We don't need that. Forest note, we don't need anymore. That can stay in storage. Long pig steak is going to be +2 stamina, which might save us. It's unlikely, but it might save us. So with that, we're out of mysteries. Yeah, what's this? Oh. We'll go enter the lighthouse. Padlock A. Padlock B. Padlock C. Padlock D. Padlock E. Enter the lighthouse. You finally made it inside the cursed lighthouse. Your gut is telling you 2 things. That whoever or whatever is behind the weird events must be on the highest floor of this place, and that you should run away from this place as far and as fast as you can. You're afraid there won't be any way back once you start climbing these stairs. Let's rest a bit, and then start climbing. Second mystery was not, it was the Fear Festival. Correct, +10 experience, nice. Like the second enemy you fought this run. Oh fuck. I know we fought the bark woman. Who's the first one? For me right now, it's between the magician glitched and the bark woman. I cannot remember which one was the second one. But I want to say it was the bark woman. Correct answer. Yes. Okay. Because I remember explaining combat briefly fighting the magician. So I think that was the first. So I was thinking that was the first one, but I couldn't tell if I was just gaslighting myself. Continue climbing. You stop by a girl wearing a dirty black school uniform. I'm sorry, but I can't let you go any further, she says, reaching for her bag. It's too late anyway. You instinctively take a step back when you notice a knife in her hand. You have to think fast. Try to reason with her. Not enough charisma. -2 reason. She raises the knife and slices it right across her own throat, nearly decapitating herself. Ugh. Continue climbing. I don't know how tall this thing is, like how much we're gonna have to climb. Following the winding staircase, you find a metal gate that blocks your way. A cable that should be powering it is currently disconnected. The power box itself is covered in a weird moist goo. Just inhaling the fumes makes your eyes itch and water. But to power the gate, you'll need to disconnect a faulty plug. No, disconnect it. Strength check, failure. Not enough strength. -3 stamina. You're surprised at how much effort it takes to disconnect the faulty plug. As you force it, the weird goo burns your finger. Finally, you manage to separate the faulty plug and connect the proper cable. With a buzz, the gate opens. Following the winding staircase, you find a metal gate that blocks your way. It's locked, but you notice an electrical blah 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 blah. If there's a switch inside, you'll have to risk getting cut by numerous glass shards and knives. Not enough dexterity. -3 stamina. You can feel the sharp glass ripping your flesh as you search for the switch. Finally, you grab a cable and follow it with your bleeding fingers until you... We're gonna eat the long pig steak real quick. Gives us hunger. But I don't care about charisma right now. The dark clouds swirl around the lighthouse. Did you arrive too late? Did we do it? Did we win? As the unnatural fog slowly lifts, you are relieved and collapse on the floor. The next day, everything feels like a bad dream. You've managed to stop the ritual awakening the eldritch old god. But what's done is done. It will stir in slumber once again and again, until the stars are right once more. Congratulations, you are safe. For now. Congratulations, you survived. Hey, we did it! Difficulty level cultist, ritual dagger, camera, and lucky earrings used. The backstory was World of Horror. We summoned Ath-Yolazsth. The incoming doom was 77% and the chosen timeline A. You managed to solve 5 mysteries plaguing the town. You saw 19 new events. You encountered 8 new enemies, and you've unlocked 5 new achievements. Let's go. That's going to do it for World of Horror today. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. I am so glad that I finally managed to beat it. I'm going to go keep playing, see if I can unlock some new stuff before recording a second episode of this, because I am having so much fun with it. If you would like, I am going to leave it linked down below. It will be a Steam link, so pick it up if you want to try it yourself. I don't know when the second episode's coming out, but I hope to see you guys there. And until then, keep it weird.